Right, so I'm going to talk about the command offset surface. So to set this up, I'm actually going to just start off with two simple objects. So I'm going to draw a straight line. I'm going to do this. I have ortho turned on to make this easier. I'm going to do 20, enter. And then I'm going to do one more, another line. It's going to look like an L shape. Again, 20. And then 20. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select both of these objects and extrude. Extrude curve. And I'm just going to go up, let's see, I'll go up 10. And I'm just going to go into shaded mode. I'm going to zoom in on this object. All right, so I'm going to start off by using the offset surface command, which is similar to the offset command, but with offset surface, obviously you're dealing with surfaces. So again, just make sure you do offset SRF. And what the command line will say is select surfaces or polysurfaces to offset. So for now, I'm just going to offset this one surface. Press enter. And there's a lot of options on here, but just for now, all I really want to do is make sure the distance is set to 1. And solid equals no. As for the rest, you can just leave them as whatever they are. And what you should see on your surface, you should see arrows coming out of one direction. If you with your mouse, if you do a left click on the surface, it will flip the arrows. So again, just left click on the surface, and it'll offset that surface depending on which way the arrows are pointing. And just for now, it doesn't matter which way the arrows are pointing, just hit enter. And it technically offset the surface. Because this is a simple surface, this is no different than just using like the copy command. But if we were to use do the exact same thing here, to offset surface, again, just make sure that distance is set to 1 and solid says no. I'm going to make sure my arrows are pointing inwards and hit enter. So this is actually slightly different than just using the copy command, because if I look at this in top view, these lines, the offset now line up here and here. So technically that means that this offset object is slightly smaller than the one on the outside. So this is more than just copying it over. So this is great just to offset the surface, but it's no different than just offsetting this, offsetting the curve, and then just extruding it straight up. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that when I offset this, I want to make sure that this ends up being a solid object. So I'm going to hit undo twice. And I'm going to do offset again, or offset surface again with this one, with this flat surface. Offset surface. This time what I want to make sure is distance will stay 1. Solid, where it says solid equals, make sure it says solid equals yes. On PC, it should be on the left-hand side. It should say solid equal. You should have the option, I think it just gives you like a button just to click where it says solid equals yes. And corner equals, if it says round, just make sure it says corner equals sharp. So distance 1, corner sharp, solid equals yes, and I'm just going to hit enter. And now it's given me a solid object, which again is no different than essentially if we made the box. And doing this one again, just do offset surface. I can make sure that the arrows are going inside or outside, doesn't matter. As long as I have a specific distance, the corner is set to sharp, and the solid equals yes. here it's actually given me, like, for example, like a solid wall, for example. The one thing that this has done, if I turn off my ISO curves by going to properties, ISO curve density, uncheck this. The one thing that it's done is because of the overlap, it's kept both pieces, but if I were just to use the command merge all coplanar faces, select this object and hit enter again, it should clean up that corner for me.